Nigeria is no doubt a blessed nation. With a population of over 180 million people, Nigeria prides itself as the most populous black nation in the world. With youths accounting for over 70% of its population, Nigeria no doubt has a great population advantage. However, despite the advantage, it is not without its own challenges. Some of the issues the nation is confronted with include unemployment, lack of skills, vices, and in some cases youth restiveness, which further compound the arduous task of government to meet the diverse needs of its populace. Government is therefore constantly on the lookout to craft strategies to harness the power of its population to an advantage in a highly competitive and fast-shrinking world. And for KWARA State in north-central Nigeria, the case is no different. With a progressive and astute governor that is insistent on using its population as an asset rather than considering them a liability, Governor Ahmed continues to build a citizenry that is empowered and as such is less dependent on government or take devices. To this end, the Alhaji Ahmed administration rolled out programs and initiatives geared at empowering its citizenry for further economic development.
The major component of the unemployment is people by youths, and we try to see how to move them from idleness to getting engaged. But of course, the engagement will still be within the concept of the national economy. And as long as the national economy is still feeling challenged, it will not insulate them from feeling that aspect of the low levels of economy. And until we begin to change the way and manner in which our reliance on the crude oil driven economy, is moved on, we'll continue to feel this low impact.
Governor Ahmed, at the inception of his administration, launched the KWARA Bridge Empowerment Scheme, KWABES, as a platform to generate reliable data of unemployed youths in the state and engage them in productive ventures. Within the first 100 days of his administration, he engaged not fewer than 2,000 youths, and more than 1,000 of them have transited to permanent positions in the state civil service.
I got the KWARA State Bridge Empowerment Scheme, which people know as KWABES, initiated by the governor, the Alaya Apatai, here in KWARA State. The program was initiated by him, and I got a form at the governor's office from 2020. That was 2011 when I got this, and I was employed as a KWABES staff here under the Ministry of Information and Communications. It has really helped me a lot, because if I didn't apply for the form at the initial stage, there's probability of me still being around looking for a job at all. And with the KWABES, I think it has really helped in the reduction of unemployment and eradication of poverty in KWARA State.
Furthermore, Governor Ahmed launched another youth-friendly and all-inclusive scheme called Quick Win. While KWABES focused on graduates, the Quick Win initiative in turn focused on young people who are interested in entrepreneurship, vocational skills, and public works, and 60 master trainers were accredited to train participated youths in 23 different trades. More than 1,800 youths participated in the skill acquisition program. Another step by the Alhaji Ahmed administration in ensuring an empowered citizenry, which has proven very innovative and highly successful, is the KWARA State Microcredit Intervention Scheme, which was endowed at its start with a sum of 250 million naira. The scheme was designed to drive enterprise in the state by making the much-needed capital available to micro and small business owners who are ordinarily not served by conventional financial institutions.
Micro, small and medium-scale enterprises are one of the building blocks of any economy. They account for about 2/3 of total employment in developing countries and contribute about 50% to the GDP of developed countries. It is no secret that the short-term high interest rates charged by banks on credit facilities are at the top of the list of problems entrepreneurs encounter. Consequently, to remedy this situation in KWARA State, my administration has put in place strategies to promote entrepreneurship. Through our various credit schemes, such as the MSME credit support schemes, business owners are able to access much needed capital at single-digit interest rates with minimal paperwork. These schemes are guided by the need to spur economic growth and create employment for our teeming unemployed population.
The fund is a revolving facility meant to support the active micro sector of the economy in growing their trades and businesses, and is given without collateral through partner microfinance banks in the state through a very easy process.
The scheme was flagged off on March 29, 2012 with a sum of 250 million naira by His Excellency. Largely, it was done as a quick fix financial intervention at the inception of the administration then. So over a period of 6-7 months, we discovered that we need to do a lot more than that. So subsequently, His Excellency now decided that rather than use the 250 million naira to attend to all the sectors of the economy, he decided that we should start opening up more windows under the KWARA State Microcredit Intervention Scheme. So by 2013, the sum of 100 million naira was made available for the artisans. That's somewhere in October. By November, a sum of 50 million naira was also made available for the purchase of taxes. By the time we got to 2014, the sum of 214 million naira was made available for agric under the off-taker demand-driven agric system. Now, by 2015, given the successes recorded along the line, an additional sum of 62.5 million naira was made available for the purchase of minibuses, then 25.09 million naira for the purchase of motorbikes. Now, all those ones come under the transport window. And under the transport window, we have three phases. We have the minibuses, we have the motorbikes, and we have the taxis.
The KWARA MSME scheme provides affordable funds for small businesses across various sectors, including agriculture, transportation, trade and commerce, with priority given to women and the youth. The Alhaji Ahmed administration has continued to inject funds into the scheme so that more MSMEs can benefit from it and grow the state's economy. Since its commencement in 2012, the fund has grown from the initial seed capital of 250 million. Till date, the state government has injected a total of 1.28 billion naira into the scheme, leading to a turnover of about 3 billion naira as of today.
We did not only create seed funds that took us to seeing our youth, artisans, women accessing monies to drive entrepreneurship businesses, but also allowed us to have funds to do other areas like youth empowerment schemes and other areas that we had challenges with. Don't forget that all these schemes were put together under the recession. So we're able to create savings and reapply the funds in new areas, which allowed us to see optimal utilization of resources. So for us, it's a double-edged sword that gave us the latitude to look at areas that hitherto we were not going to see as areas that we could support. But with the pressure on recession, with the new thinking cap we put in our heads, we're able to create new funding windows to support some of these areas.
This has contributed to improved jobs creation at the micro level.
I will thank God for leading me to this level, because when I started, people were skeptical that, Kenny, can you stay here and do this? And I said, yes, don't worry, I will do it. So when I started with 300 day with chicken. I started with my children. I started with 350. From 350, we were able to get to 500. So when we got to 500, there was no money again. We were looking for help from here and there. So thank God I made the executive governor of this state. I wrote a proposal, it was approved, and they gave me the money. And since that time, I've been very, very happy about it, because I don't have any problem.
It was easy. I mean, I just had to put in my application. There wasn't a lot of going up and down, like compared to a commercial bank. So it was much more straightforward, and it was easier to access, and the back and forth of it wasn't that difficult to get.
I received the loan from SME scheme from the KWARA State Government, and I enjoyed it. Since I got the loan, I can see everything in my business. It has been improved since then, and I've get more customers more than before.
In addition, members of the informal sector are not left out of Governor Ahmed's empowerment blueprint under the state's MSME scheme. Over the course of his administration, Governor Ahmed has consistently rolled out commercial vehicles ranging from tricycles, taxi cabs and commuter buses with the aim of empowering workers in the sector and to alleviate the transport needs of commuters in the state. The recently launched commercial vehicles under the Megida Soludero Mass Transit Scheme, valued at 257 million naira, were fully funded by the scheme.
This scheme upscales the existing transport scheme, which involves motorcycles, taxis, and minibuses by introducing higher capacity mass transit buses. With this scheme, intra and intercity transportation will now be more available, affordable, and efficient. As the name implies, Megida Soludero Mass Transit Scheme is designed to ease the hardship faced by the populace, especially students, workers, and other commuters who are often stranded for hours, particularly during peak hours.
The point where we brought about the mass transit buses, we've always been working with the unions. We work with National Union of Road Transport Workers, we work with Road Transport Employers Association, we work with Association of Independent Transporters and NATO. So as we decided that we were going into the mass transit, we started out with the National Union of Road Transport Workers. Before the buses were purchased, there was a committee set up by His Excellency comprising of members of the union and government officials. We went around locations that can be used as bus stops for those mass transit buses, and we chose those bus stops along with the members of the union. Then the next thing was to pick the buses. We picked the buses in conjunction with them, registered them, and put comprehensive insurance on them.
The KWARA State Governor Alhaji Abdul Fatai Ahmed gave us 10 luxurious bus vehicle just to manage for the KWARA, most especially the students who are suffering for boarding and loading and offloading of the passenger in the state. And I'm happy to inform you that it has been very easy. We have been managing the vehicle, and the student, most especially the passenger, have been cooperating, and we have no cost to regret such a thing.
I like it. It's okay and it's affordable. Just 15 naira. Very okay. I really want to thank him for this wonderful opportunity he gave to us at this crucial moment of the session. You know, we just have to cope with it.
It's very okay. It's reduced our stress and our transport fare. So we give thanks to Megida.
Feel comfortable about this provision. All thanks to our government. The fee is affordable, 15 naira. Very affordable. Government, a big thanks to him.
Similarly, the state government also furnished the KWARA State Artisans Congress with a dedicated revolving loan of 100 million naira to boost the productivity of its members. As benefiting members repay their loans, the funds are made available to other interested members of the association to further grow their businesses, thereby promoting commerce in the state.
Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed tó jẹ́ governor ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara láti 1967 tí wọ́n ti create Kwara State orí tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí àwọn oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ yóò ṣẹlẹ̀ rí afatikò yìí dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn wọ́n yá àwọn oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ ní 100 million káfíṣe revolving loan ká máa lò ká máa yá ká máa dá padà kẹlòmínú tó máa yá. A lè pín owó yẹn all 16 local government lówó yìí generate dé nípínlẹ̀ Kwara a pín gẹ́gẹ́ bó ti tọ́ àti bó ti yẹ kí a sì ń dá padà gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀tọ́.
Given the place of importance accorded the agriculture sector by the Alhaji Ahmed administration, farmers in the state were not left out of the empowerment strategy deployed by the Ahmed administration. Through the off-taker demand-driven scheme, selected farmers are given the funding, equipment, input and extension services to enable them transit from subsistence farming to commercial levels. With a total of 215 million naira dispersed to 172 farmers in its first phase, the scheme has grown to accommodate more farmers with more funds pumped into it, as it has proven to be very successful. Now entering its third season, the Off-Takers Demand-Driven Agriculture Project is making the state a key player in leading the agriculture revolution in Nigeria by giving agriculture its place of pride and by boosting the production capacity of local farmers.
Commercial farming can truly be approached from a methodically designed agri program, and setting up of camp is largely expected to take advantage of what we have learned and translate this to our youths who will take up agriculture as a means of livelihood and truly as a means of wealth creation. And I'm happy to let you know that it has moved us up to setting up what we call an off-takers demand-driven agri scheme. This is a clear picture we have learned from the commercial farmers on how to start the primary agricultural levels and linking them up to the secondary and tertiary levels. Because we've seen so much gaps in the past where investment has gone into primary levels and there's a complete disconnect with secondary and tertiary levels, leading to lots of wastages and of course leading to loss of income. But this has since been taken care of with this off-taker demand-driven scheme we have put in place. Now through an agric mall we have set up, which is a one-stop shop, which allows for input access, both in seeds, in other feedstock for the primary agric levels. And government has created a platform for land clearing on large-scale basis, have supported hitherto farmers I would call subsistent farmers to move to commercial levels, because we've seen how to aggregate them into cooperatives and get them linked to specific off-takers. So it allows farmers to begin to see how to put their strength in what they know how to do best, which is farming. And this will be aggregated into a harvest level that will be off-taken by specific consumers. So farmers do not have to face the problems of selling, and of course that gives them enough time and capacity to look for the next planting season.
Ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan mi ń gba bíi 10 acres. Irú èmi tí mo ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí 20 ni mo gbà. so ẹlòmíràn tún gbà jù mí lọ so ìgbà tá a kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ bóyá bíi 250 hectares la kọ́kọ́ bó ilẹ̀ a dúpẹ́ fún ìjọba wa tó wà níta yìí tá ní kí gbogbo wa padà sóko àwa gan láti ẹ̀ tí mẹ́rẹ̀ àti mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó dáa ní sí oko.
We got rice seed, we got maize seed, and we got soybean seed from the state government under ODDA program. The ODDA program is to empower farmers, only practicing farmers. The state government provided us with inputs such as seed, chemicals, and fertilizers. And if you are not a farmer, you will not be given. So then we were given money for labor, that for planting, for chemical application, and fertilizer application so far.
The government has make the farmers in the state very, very proud. I can clearly state it that the wonderful job that the governor has at least put in place for today is by engaging both the youth, the women, and the adults in agriculture under this ODDA program. And it all entails about planting, encouraging, and marketing of farm produce. That is, whatever you plant, whatever the government is actually assisting you with, they are still ready to offtake, that is, buying them from the farmer.
With all the success recorded in agriculture, perhaps the most important and noteworthy is the forward-looking approach that seeks to use agriculture in addressing the issues of unemployment and youth restiveness by making agribusiness attractive to youths in the state.
The important thing here is that we've been able to see how agriculture can translate from the basic level to tertiary level, de-risking each of the levels and creating avenues for youths to play their roles and other local farmers who hitherto were subsistent to key into a commercial program which will see wealth creation and, of course, economic drive in the state.
Farming, as I see, is a solution to everything, because farming provides raw materials for everything, our clothing, our food. Majorly everything we do has to do with farming. It has helped in reducing looking for employment, going about looking for a job and everything like that. And it's a very lucrative job that you can depend on for a lifetime. I would say a very big thank you to Governor Fatai Ahmed for providing this opportunity, because I see it as an opportunity to become whatever you want to become in life.
I love agriculture majorly, and also there's an aspect of my course that deals with development, agricultural development, majorly under rural development. So I actually choose farming because I want to work towards being a major player in the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goal, which is driving at eradicating, like ensuring food security and eradicating malnutrition. That's what drives me into farming. I want to appreciate Governor Fatai Ahmed for what he has done and the giant step he has taken. And I know there are still going to be some other programs they want to go into. Maybe the time might possibly be the constraint that they should try and ensure they achieve this. Because by doing this, we will see that in a short while, our goal of going back to our previous name, which is the Giants of Africa, we're going to achieve within a short period of time. Because I believe that youth are ready to work if they are given what is required.
The strides of Alhaji Ahmed in building the microeconomy by boosting entrepreneurship in the state has received commendations at both national and international levels. Vice President Professor Yemi Oshibajo made the commendation on the occasion of the launch of MSMEs in Ilorin when he described KWARA State as one of the leading states in micro, small and medium enterprises, MSMEs.
The MSMEs, and the JEEP started as a result of our recognizing that a lot of small businesses, including market women and artisans, have a problem with even registering their companies. Some have a problem with accessing credit I must again commend the governor of KWARA State for the very robust platform that they have put forward here for small and medium for small and medium enterprises. They've done very, very well indeed. I think that KWARA State is one of the leading states in providing the right type of support that we need. And I want to assure you, Your Excellency, that we will work with you every step of the way. We believe that you have provided a basis, a solid foundation for the kind of assistance that the federal government is able to give. And we're looking forward to even greater collaboration. We were opening in Ajaseikpo the Ivy Tech, which is an enterprise and vocational center, and it's an ultra-modern enterprise and vocational center. We saw all of the work that's been there is well equipped, a very, very well equipped place for training. This is the kind of vision that we want for our country. All of the young people who are unemployed, who are unengaged, we must engage them.
Vice President Oshibajo also spoke of the Buhari-led administration's economic recovery program and its resolve to lift Nigerians out of poverty. Governor Ahmed, while receiving the Vice President, intimated him on the MSME One-Stop Shop program, which is part of his administration's efforts to enable entrepreneurs in the state access funds and relevant business information.
I understand the MSME One-Stop Shop program is aimed at providing a platform for convenient, continuous, and easy interaction between MSMEs and regulatory agencies. Jeep Market Money Train is a social intervention program executed by the Bank of Industry that is aimed at ensuring financial inclusion. These events clearly demonstrate the federal government is focused on repositioning MSMEs to drive inclusive economic growth, regional development, employment generation, and poverty reduction. These initiatives connect with the administration's mandate to ensure small and medium enterprises in the state thrive. Through our microcredit support scheme, over 50,000 entrepreneurs in various sectors have been empowered. Specifically, plans are also in place to commence a 5-year tax relief regime for small business owners. In conclusion, I urge Kwarans to take advantage of the MSME One-Stop Shop and Jeep Market Money Train to access funds and relevant information for their businesses.
With the sheer amount of success achieved under the empowerment scheme of the Alhaji Ahmed administration in ensuring that its populace are gainfully engaged, Kwarans are convinced beyond doubt that the shared prosperity agenda of Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed is not just lip service, but an agenda backed up with action.
KWARA State, it's good here.